Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Seekers Tarot and your reading. I'm Corey. In today's reading, we'll be discovering, looking at what message you are meant to hear right now from your highest self. So what message are you meant to hear right now from your highest self? And to help us discover that, we're going to use this oracle deck to pick the piles. All right, so let's find out which cards want to be part of this reading today. Piles 1, 2, and 3. Here's pile 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so what you have for pile number 1 is darkness falls. Within you live the hidden, the things that want nothing more than to swallow you whole. Isn't that lovely? Card number 12. Okay, so that breaks down to a 3, which is about communication. Communication is in change. Okay, darkness falls. Pile number 1. So pile number 2, you have Toad. Card 39, that adds up to 12. Which is also breaks down to a 3. So another communication, energy, and change, right? So we've got observe for those who watch, see all. Okay, observe for those who watch, see all. And pile number 3, you have St. John's wort and marigold. I think those are essential oils or something like that. And then we have card 36, that's a 9. So that's an ending of something. Something's coming to an end. Against your will there will not be. No entrance, no welcoming. Be gone. Against your will there will not be. No entrance, no welcoming. Be gone. Very interesting. This is from the Oracle, the Seasons of the Witch, Mabon Oracle, the Mabon Oracle, the Seasons of the Witch. A little bit dark, but interesting nonetheless. I love the colors and the artistry in these decks, the Seasons of the Witch. Okay, so beyond that, we're going to find out what number may help you pick your pile. So for pile number 1, we have 5 and 6. For pile number 2, we have 2 and 4. And for pile number 3, we have 1 and 3. So whatever number resonates with you, or the combination of numbers, and if that doesn't work for you to help you pick your pile, maybe your zodiac sign might. So we have 4 here for pile 1, 4 for pile 2, and 4 for pile 3. Pile 1, we have Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini. All right, that little bag always just, unloads a bit of stuff on their table. We have Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Virgo for pile number 2. And finally, for pile number 3, we have Cancer, Leo, Capricorn, and Aries. All right, you guys, that's what we have to help you pick your pile. And so take your time, and I will be back with you in a pinch. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So you have chosen this card, card number 12, which is a 3 for change and communication. Darkness falls. Within you live the hidden, the things that want nothing more than to swallow you whole. So it's the fear, right? The subconscious mind that's in fear. The subconscious mind thinks it needs to protect itself, which is like the ego. Okay. So that's kind of what that card is saying. And if you didn't choose your card with your intuition, you chose with a number, you chose numbers 5 and 6 for pile number 1, they somehow resonate with you. And if it wasn't the numbers, you chose your zodiacs. You have Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini. Yeah. All right. Very good. Microphone just fell off. These are the oracle cards we're going to use, the decks, and starting with the major arcana. So let's find out what cards from each one of these decks want to be seen today. And then we have, for the arcana, we have a tarot card to help clarify. And then we have, of course, my favorite, the Lenormand. And the Rune, which has quickly becoming one of my favorites as well. Let's see now. Astro, star code Astro. And last oracle. Okay, guys, this is the tarot deck we'll be using, the Gentle Tarot. Okay, so what do we have for the major arcana for you? We have the Sun. Oh, beautiful card. I love this for you guys. Sun. So illumination. Illumination, fun in the sun, you know, healing, enlightenment. It's good times, it's happiness, it's wonderful. And to clarify, we got the Devil. Very interesting. So you can see that the Devil is being revealed. Yeah, the Devil, the toxic or the illusions that you may have been facing for what message you're meant to hear right now from your highest self is that you are going to be illuminated, or you are currently being illuminated, where the darkness, the fears that you're trying to you know, navigate your life with, which could be quite hopelessly trying to do it, where there's more bumps in the road than there is smooth sailing for you in your life, but they're coming to the surface. So whatever fears of which is the ego, which is the devil energy, toxic energy, whatever fears that are tripping you up in life, you will be noticing. You will be coming, it will be coming to your attention, to your awareness. And when it does, see, when whatever is hidden in the subconscious mind, which is what this is talking about, whatever's hidden in the subconscious mind it's constantly bubbling up into the conscious mind, constantly. And that's where we get our irrational beliefs, our fears, our doubts, you know, our worries, concerns, our anger. That's where the where those emotions suddenly come upon you, or, you know, gradually starts building up to the point where you go from being maybe mildly irritated to getting frustrated, then to actually anger. That's because what's ever in the subconscious mind has been there for a very long time, and it's never been actually paid attention to, looked at, because for the most part, us human beings don't realize that that's part of the healing process, is to look in the subconscious mind to see what's holding us back, what's limiting us, what the obstacles are. And the obstacles are these beliefs that we have, that we've been either conditioned with from childbirth, you know, from our well-meaning parents, possibly well-meaning, and other people of authority, whether that's siblings, older siblings, or teachers, or whoever, right? Family members that try to prepare you for life by giving you putting their fears upon you. And so they became your fears. You start identifying them with them yourself, possibly, right? And so those are all part of in your subconscious mind, and it causes this bubbling up of information from your subconscious mind, because it's the past. The past comes back to haunt us in every current moment, and that is what is actually keeps showing up in your emotions, right? Your mind, then your emotions, and something will trigger it, and next thing you know, you either be crying, or you'll be depressed, or you'll be anxious, or you'll be just plain old angry, moody, paralyzed in fear, just any kind of emotion that is no fun. Okay, it's that's the toxic energy. That's the toxic motion that comes from the fears, the condition, the beliefs from the subconscious mind. Okay, so this is what's happening is your highest self wants to tell you that these are coming to the surface for you. So but don't be worried, because the sun is bringing also the angels, your highest self, your guides and angels, the divine is going to be holding your hand throughout all of this. Okay, and I know myself that when there will be a phase in my life that for a time there, quite a few years ago, 20 some years ago, that I used to have it quite frequently, where I'd kind of slip into a depression, where I would just feel like numb, like there was I didn't care about anything. I was just feeling numb and feeling not feeling anything, not really feeling angry, but not feeling hopeful either. It was just kind of just like this, right in the middle. And I know that came about whenever I had what they call a level up, or an evolution, a download, spiritual download, where I'm receiving wisdom. And when you think about it, if you go into meditation, you're trying to get your mind out of the way, your thoughts out of the way, so that your spirit can come in and move into that space, metaphorically speaking, of course, move into that space and heal you. Well, the spirit is neutral, right? The spirit is something that it doesn't feel this and it doesn't feel that. Like, it doesn't feel happiness, it doesn't feel anger. It's just, it's neutral, where the emotions are removed, and it's just a kind of a blissful state of being, because we don't have any kind of reaction during meditation. We're just feeling relaxed and at peace, all abiding, right? And so that's kind of what it is. But when you're a human being, and you're learning, you're evolving, you're on your spiritual path, and suddenly you fall into this phase, I call it, where your emotions seem to kind of been removed from you, and it's scary. It's scary, because you don't feel anger and you don't feel hopefulness. So it's kind of like, what the heck is going on here? I'm kind of worried. Why am I feeling like this? And you can actually describe it as an experience of depression, of a deep depression, because you're not feeling anything. You might be, short of feeling sad or depressed, crying and stuff like that. You're not feeling like worried, concerned, angry. You're not feeling anything. You don't even care about anything or anyone. It's kind of like, oh, great, another day, of this. So I come to learn that kind of has to move in on you, to kind of put to insert something of a space in your mind, because it's all mind. It's all mind. Your body is in your mind. It's part of the mind. It's in the mind, because we think. The mind thinks. The mind thinks of a body, and there it is. It's a body. Okay, so that's where we come from. Is thoughts that began as like the Big Bang, right? Where it all began. So there has to be like a space of neutrality, whereas there's like a bubble or a pocket of whatever, of peace, of neutral, where nothing's driving forward and nothing's backing up. It's all neutral. And so during that time, that's when you're prepared. You're prepared to receive wisdom. That was all that. All I said. I said all of that just to tell you that it's about being prepared to receive the wisdom, which is enlightenment. Okay, so you are going to become aware of the things that have been holding you back, and the things are thoughts, which are beliefs, attitudes, and opinions. Okay, the conditioning of our mind from our past, right? People we were raised by, and so forth and so on. So that's where, like, their beliefs then became your own beliefs, that then moved into your subconscious mind, and that's where we operate from. Remember, I talk about the helm of your life. It's either the ego driving or spirit driving it. Well, the subconscious mind is the helm. So we want enlightenment. We want to be able to see all of this in our subconscious mind, and pretending this is us looking, of our conscious mind, of what fears we have that are holding us back in life, limiting us, because we can't heal something until we know it's there, until we become aware of it. All right, so that's what's going on here, is that your highest self is telling you that you are becoming aware of certain beliefs, or many beliefs. It won't be all beliefs at one time, but if you're like me, been working through it, and this has been going on with me just recently, actually, I slipped back into that phase, but it wasn't as drastic as it was 20 some years ago. 20 some years ago, when it was happening more frequently, it scared the bejeebies out of me. And actually, when I came out of it, I feel angry, because I'm like, why did I have to go through that? Because I wasn't fully understanding until things start dawning on me. Like, how come I know this? You know, I'll say something or think something, and it's something of wisdom, right? And I'll go, how on earth did I ever come up with that, right? So this is the kind of thing that's happening, and those nuggets of wisdom that we receive during these times is what helps us grow to become less fearful, to remove more of this is being removed from you. And so the highest self is telling you that we're holding your hand through this. We're so happy that you're ready to look at this. So do not worry, is what they're saying. Do not worry. Like Jesus would say, do not be afraid. Do not worry. We've got your back. We're holding your hand through this. So we will move you through this. So you're going to move into your next evolution stage, and then become kind of normalized again, but in a different normalized. Like, you know how they say a new normal? Because you've evolved. It kind of went up the ladder, went up into another dimension that's higher than the last dimension you were in. Okay, so I hope that helps you understand what's going on here. So let's find out what the rest of your oracle cards are saying. We've got the rune here, which is the Nadi's rune. Nadi's rune is the translation is need. So the earthly meaning is that it's about needs, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, patience, and simplification. Spiritual meaning is asceticism, transcendence, and the soul. So you see, it goes in hand with this, is that the spiritual is looking at what is in the dark, in your subconscious mind. Okay, what's being communicated, how you're talking to yourself. Just put it that way. How you're talking to yourself. We talk about that in counseling a lot. Your self-talk, right? It's either positive self-talk or negative self-talk. So how are you talking to yourself? Well, you're going to be talking to yourself in a way that you habitually have been talking to yourself, because you got your own beliefs and conditioning, but then you've got conditioning from others, people's, and their beliefs you're holding on to, or have been holding on to, that have become a foundation for you, which is the helm, which is what is driving your life. Every choice we make comes from something that our mind checks in with in the subconscious. So if the subconscious is saying, oh, you better not do that, like you better not take this risk into something that might actually be a good time and work out really, really well for you, well, it's trying to protect you, and it's going to say, don't do it. And so that's where the doubt comes from. If you want to have a baby, oh no, it's not the right time, we don't have the money, this and that. Is there ever a right time to have a baby? That kind of thing. But it's things that your subconscious wants to keep you safe by tripping you up, basically, which is kind of an oxymoron, right? It trips you up, it keeps you held back, it limits you. It's kind of puts you in a jail of like the 9 of Swords or the 8 of Swords jail, right? A self-imposed fear and stress. But to the what I need you to understand is that to spirit, okay, that this stuff here, all this earthly meaning, needs, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, patience, simplification, is like, I don't know, honey to a bee. Because whenever spirit sees what the individual you can become aware of, it's like we cannot grow until we experience something that's going to basically force us to grow, to become more aware. Because it's only when during pain, during self-restraint, it's kind of like that 8 of Swords energy, and feeling needs like lack, right? Lack-mindedness, being disappointed, avoidance of greed, and patience and simplification, until the mind can become, the person can become aware of those conditions in the subconscious mind, they're just going to stay there, and you're going to continue operating your life from the choices that you make going forth, moving forward in your life, or not really moving forward, because you're kind of like on a hamster wheel where you just keep learning or experiencing the same kind of people, same kind of circumstance, same kind of things over and over and over again, until you're able to get the one foot off the hamster wheel and have a look at, why do I keep meeting this kind of person? Like for a romantic relationship, right? How many times have all of us said, why do I keep attracting the same kind of person that just wants to love me and leave me, or whatever, right? So we have enough of those kinds of experiences where we finally say, I can't do this anymore. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why? And that's that one foot off the hamster wheel, and that's when you actually start seeing what's going on in your makeup, what's going on down there that's causing it. You start seeking for answers, right? So to the divine, this is all like honey to a bee. They're very happy that you have become aware of being able to identify the very things, like the Nodis rune is saying, you've been lack-minded, and you have been afraid to be able to, like, kind of go out on a limb over something, or to purchase something, or to move, or to date somebody, or whatever it is. You haven't been taking a risk, because you've been conditioned from your past, and that includes your childhood, but also your past relationships have conditioned you a little to become more afraid, which we've suppressed and pushed into our subconscious mind, and that's what we've been operating from. So when a new, let's just say a relationship, right, a new potential partner comes upon the scene, and they look that they're all this, and they're really into you, and all this sort of stuff, and they look like they're really great bet, they're really great. They'd be a great person to have fun with and go on dates with. And so you do, but you do it at arm's distance, or you don't. You just don't, because you say, you know what, my last person was like that, and look where that left me, right? So that's where the conditioning, and that's what you're like, why do I keep meeting people like that? Why do we keep having experiences like this? and you have now been encouraged by Spirit to have a look at the why. And we got Sagittarius here, which is expansion, right? Sagittarius is all about expansion. So they're the type of, this is the energy that will take a risk. The Sagittarian is going to, was this a Sagittarian one too? Let me think here. Yes, it was. The zodiac sign for that is Sagittarius. Very interesting. So yeah, the Sagittarius, you're in your element. You're the one who will actually take a look at your subconscious and do it boldly and bravely. But you're doing it because you are a you're a seeker of the light. You're a child of the light, or you're a hierophant in your own making. You're somebody who is bold and ready to shoot the arrow of truth, right? It's all about, I mean, you sit well in like the King of Swords energy, even the Queen of Swords energy. You are a seeker of truth. And so that energy, Sagittarian energy, is with you, whether you're Sagittarian or not. Okay, that Sagittarian energy is actually what's going to help you to boldly go where no one has gone before, right? Boldly go and look at your truth. And look at this. Number 28 is the Gentleman. And I see this particular card. There's two 28s in the for the Gentleman, or the man card, masculine card in the Lenormand. And then there's two, I don't know, is it 26 or 20, I don't know what it is, 29 maybe, for the women, right? And this one of the two, there's like a King of Hearts. King of Hearts one is like Gentleman number 1. The first 28, number 28. Then there's this one. And I always see this one because he's got that red embossed I don't know, robe on him with the masculine sign, right? And he's bare-chested, and look at him. He looks like Barry Gibb, doesn't he, from the Bee Gees? He's so handsome. I see this one as being like the Emperor, okay? The Emperor energy of the Lenormand. And so this is one who is boldly going to go where no one has gone before, because that is Emperor energy. This is the energy that is going to step out on the ledge and take the next step, hoping, trusting that there will be a parcel of dirt come suddenly underneath that foot, so that he doesn't fall off the ledge and to his death, kind of thing. So this one, taking the lead, taking control, taking charge energy. Look how wise you're going to become. Whether you're feminine or masculine, it doesn't matter. You're stepping into a masculine energy of the Emperor, where you are actually going to be all that. You're going to be figuring things out. You're going to be feeling so elevated and so strong and damn good looking. Okay, you're just going to be feeling so. When you come out of that neutral phase, you're going to be feeling like someone who's been reborn. Somebody who has, you've got a nugget of information, wisdom, right, that no one else has, and you're just feeling like, holy cow, I can really lead this, I can really lead my army to conquer and the empire over, and now I'm going to have 2 empires. Okay, so you're going to be feeling really so inspired, so good to step up, bear all for people. You might be in a position in your life where you can actually share what you've learned through this phase of your life, whatever. But in any case, you're going to, this is a model, right? You're going to model how you have become evolved and enlightened in this new dimension, in this new paradigm, this new life, this new beginning for you. You're going to be able to model for others. See, this is how you do it. You don't have to tell them anything. You just live your life. You just live your life, and you have people watching you. It's a brave journey. So braving the journey, number 24. So we're looking at you loving yourself, because that's a 6, loving yourself so much so that you are actually going to, like the Sagittarian and And the Emperor, like the Emperor is like, it's like the Aries energy, right? Aries energy. And then Sagittarius is like, that's a fire energy, and so is Sagittarius. So Aries and Sagittarius, they are like on fire together energies kind of thing. They are so dang brave and courageous together, and even apart. They are like, they're hot material. They are ready to you know, alchemize, you know, to transform. They are ready for that. And they're going to be moving out of this you know, darkness of lack mentality, of feeling, you know, disappointment and any kind of self-restraint, which is that self-limiting Eight of Swords energy, right? Nine of Swords too. Moving out of that energy and going on the new beginning, the journey, as the Emperor, with the fire energy in your back pocket, and the divine holding your hand and guiding you through it. So again, the spirit, your highest self, wants you to know that you're moving into very, very beneficial energy, that it's going to have you like in a chariot. And you know how you see those chariots racing down the road, and it's like they're leaving a trail of flames as they're racing down the road. Both wheels are leaving a trail of flames down the road. That's what you're going to be doing, is that you're moving forward at lightning speed to the point where you know, it's going to be hard for anyone else to catch you. So be prepared, right? Look at that attraction. Isn't that amazing? There's a strong attraction binds you and another person together. This connection is both emotional and physical, drawing you closer. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, you know, it doesn't have to be attraction in the sense of romance, but, you know, if you want to look at it that way, that's fine too. But you're going to be attracting all sorts of, like, because I said, this is a model. You'll be modeling the new energy that you have stepped into on your journey to enlightenment. Leaving that toxic energy, those thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and opinions from the, you know, your childhood conditioning, but also from your own adult past experiences with people and things. You'll be leaving quite a bit of that behind. And so during this phase, okay, so don't be afraid. Welcome it with open arms. As you see, you know, Jesus knocking on the door. He's knocking on the door to see if you'll open it. So it's basically open the door and Jesus is able to come in. You've invited him in. And next thing you know, you're feeling at peace, you're relaxed, and all is well. All is well. So let's find out what your all is well is like here. So the message that you are meant to hear right now from your highest self, it seems to be that you are braving the elements and you are moving forward, having a better look at what has been going on that's been holding you back, and you are moving through your journey of enlightenment, leaving the darkness behind, modeling for others, and being on fire. I mean, you are going to be attracting all sorts of things that matches your energy, and your energy is fire, 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 and fire. Your energy is fire. You don't have to be Sagittarius. You don't have to be Aries. This is the energy that you're in through this time in pile number 1. Okay, so you are actually braving the elements and looking at what it is that's been holding you back. And let's find out what else we have to say. The Sun card. That's amazing. The Sun card. The Magician. Oh my goodness, the Magician. Then we have the 8 of Stones, which is the 8 of Pentacles, working real hard, mastering your skill, mastering a skill. Mastering doesn't have to be like a skill, it could be just mastering. You know, that the Emperor masters all 4 kings' energies, right? They're integrated and they become the Emperor. So each king is a master in itself, but you put them all together, and this is like the super master of the kings. And then the Emperor is the super master of the queens. You are mastering what it is, that you have become enlightened and the divine is shining down on you and restoring you because you're willing to believe that there's things in your subconscious that need to be released, need to be set free and healed. You're willing to do that. And so that this is restoring your creative energy of being the magician, the magi, you know, the one that manifests, the one that manifests. So you're going to be able to be moving into that energy where you know, you put pen to paper or pen to pot, and or that would be like a paintbrush to pot, and the beautiful things you're going to create as a result of the skills you have achieved, whether that's like a spiritual skill of being like allowing yourself to be illuminated and looking within to find out what needs to be released, let go, and healed, and whatever skills, whatever you're really good at in this material world as well. We have the Harvest of Wands, which is the King of Wands, which again, it's a fire energy. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, right? King of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands, which is the you know, they say the wounded warrior, but this warrior here is so illuminated now from all the past trials and tribulations, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and taking the ninth one and saying, I'm going for it. I'm going for it, guys. I have to brave the journey. This is what I'm made of. I'm made of this. You know, I'm the magi. I have the divine in my pocket, holding my hand, and I'm moving forward. The spirit within me wants to be seen as a very brave and loving, risk-taking soul in this dream, this life that we're having. And that's the warrior. The Six of Stones is the Six of Pentacles. That's about balance, you know, and equal give and take, or give and being open to receive. So, you know, you will be ready to be in balance with another person or a situation or an event, and with the divine. Okay, let's see what else. We've got Two of Thunder, which is the Two of Swords. This one here is sitting in water. All right, so she's got fish swimming all around her there, and the tide, and sea kelp, right? You see the sea grass, sea kelp, seaweed, whatever you call it. And she is immersed in her emotions. That's water, right? Two of Thunder. That's, oh yeah, there's a little seal there too, swimming around her. So she's immersed in her emotions, but she just got her head down and kind of covering up her eyes because she doesn't because of that, she doesn't notice all the beauty around her. And that is where, that was you basically in the not knowing, phase, the not knowing phase of your life, where you've got all this beauty around you, all this emotional beauty around you, in you, of course. But the card shows how it's all around you, and the fish aren't afraid of you. No one's afraid of you here. No one's afraid of you. But you're afraid. You were afraid because of this, the conditioning, those negative thoughts and beliefs of your childhood that you've taken on as your own, ownership. Like you have a belief, like, let's say, I'll give you an example of a belief, right? Your parent says you're going to have to, you know, work hard and pull up your bootstraps to be able to have a good life. Well, they're trying to teach you that you can't just go through life, you know, waffling about and being all creative, maybe being a hippie or you know, somebody who's artistic and stuff like that. Well, who says you can't, right? Your parents said. So my parents, you know, I trust them, I respect them, so whatever they say about that, and I'm going to take that on as myself. So you end up teaching your own kids the same belief, which is like the Eight of Swords stuff. It's our own imposed self-imposed prison, of these beliefs, of these thoughts, right? That keep us from really just putting paintbrush to the pot and saying, look what I can create. And I would buy that. I would, if that pot was in front of me now, right now, well, it depends. If it was like $3,000, I couldn't afford it. But but if it was like $30 or maybe $130, I would buy it for sure. It's beautiful, right? So why couldn't you have a good and prosperous life, a happy life, being yourself, being creative in your own domain? You know what? You don't have to work for another person, or if you want to work for another person, maybe that's something you want to do. You don't have to work, let's say 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every night in order to be well respected and to have a good job, like good position in your company, and have that kind of earnings. You don't have to. You don't have to work your fingers to the bone and give all your time and energy to your employer, to this company, in order for you to be happy and feeling fulfilled. You don't have to. But if you believe you do, then that is what you are going to do because you believe it. So is that something that's holding you back? Have you ever looked in your subconscious mind about something like that, that belief? Where did it come from? And so that's what your higher self wants you to have a look at, because your higher self wants you to be happy, wants you to be happy, to be free and feeling dang good and peaceful. Because justice, it's a balancing act. The justice is like you're bringing, you're alchemizing, you're making a transformation. This is card number 11. Card number 10 is the one before this in the Major Arcana, which is the Wheel of Fortune, right? You need to take all of that bounty, that fortune, that wisdom, and do something with it to balance out your life, which is like, here's the yin and the yang. No, sorry, this is the yin and the yang. And so if you want to look at the yin as like the subconscious and the yang as the conscious mind, you're going to be bringing the yin into the yang, your subconscious into your conscious mind, becoming aware of it, right? Your conscious mind is you being aware. So you need to bring whatever fears that you have, or these beliefs that you have that stop you from having a really, great and meaningful relationship with someone else, because you're spending a whole lot of time and energy at work, 7 to 7, right, or later. You don't really even have any friends because you spend all your time at work, and no time for a personal life, like weekends off. You're not even taking your weekends off. You might be in the office on a Sunday kind of thing. So there's a whole lot of life that you're missing out on, and relationships and good times and happiness and fulfillment and balance that you're missing out on, because the justice of the Wheel of Fortune has not been wisely put to work, kind of thing, realized, okay, in your mind. So there is justice. It's coming into balance now. You are becoming aware, consciously aware of what's been unconscious otherwise. You got judgment. Yep, judgment. That's, the snake here is all about, it's very spiritual. So there is the spiritual is helping you to see that there's a shooting star here, to see what it is that you had not been seeing before, so that you can make a decision, a choice, right, in a different way. You can make a different decision than you had been all along. We got the Five of Wands, which is about competition. Okay, right here we got two bears, almost going at it, but they're not in the card. They haven't gone at it yet. So there's a possibility that actually this competition can turn into collaboration. So you got the Six of Wands after that, right? This is the Five of Wands. So the Six of Wands is what? About being seen. It's about victory and success. So there is the potential of you moving from conflict into success through justice. Justice and the decision, deciding to not to remain in conflict with your inner self. You can look at this as one bear is your conscious mind, the other bear is your subconscious mind. The two of them are coming head to head right now because you have slipped into that phase where you're ready to see it, to see what it is that your conscious mind hadn't seen before, been holding you back in your subconscious mind. Okay? And so then we have the Seven of Cups, and then look, you can fantasize, you can imagine, like you're the magician, right? You can imagine what your life is going to be now. All you have to do is imagine. Use your very powerful creative energies as a magician, the master, right? Magician, to create whatever you want to experience in your life. That's you taking control and taking charge, attracting bounties, of never-ending abundance and prosperity in your life. You're moving forward, pile number one, and you're doing it in such an amazing and brave way, courageous way. You've got a lot of the divine here trying to expose for you that which had been holding you back before, and you're just in that phase. So like your highest self wants to tell you that you were moving forward towards anything that you set your mind to, basically, that you point at, and it's like, yeah, it's like the Big Bang, the thought that there's physical matter actually exists. The Big Bang had this, the first thought was Big Bang, the thought was Big Bang, and it thought about how, I'm going to create, the Big Bang is energy, right? And it's the spirit. I am going to create something that just can't possibly be, because I can. I'm all that. I'm all that powerful. So I'm going to create physical matter. I'm going to create bodies, whether that, it's celestial bodies at first in the universe, celestial bodies, and then planetary bodies, and then, physical bodies, basically. So you can point your finger at with the thoughts of, like, I am abundant, I am all powerful, I am the magician, I'm the sun, I'm the creator. I can just point, and it's there. I've made it happen. I'm manifesting a life moving forward, that I'm attracting all sorts of abundance, and that which I call our heavenly inheritance, that it's pouring now into your life because you're removing the fears, those limiting beliefs. You're healing them with the sun, the illumination. I like how the sun is on both sides of the devil energy here. It's like it can be in a better spot, right? So guys, I hope that was enlightening for you. I hope it was helpful. And come back again next week. Let's see what's happening with you. Okay, so take care of yourself, and please subscribe and hit the like button too. I'd love to hear from you in a comment, but until then, take care of yourself. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen for the question that we're discovering today, which is, what message are you meant to hear right now from your highest self? You've chosen card number 39, Toad. Observe. Like the toad is observing. She is observing. She's got green eyes like you would think the toad does. Observe. For those who watch, see all. All right. I like that. For those who watch, see all. So become someone who observes. The observer is the person seeing the one that's in you. The soul is the one that's observing. So become like the soul, in other words, and you will see all when you're seeing all through the lens of all, because the spirit is all, right? All that is. So that's pretty much what that means. And so if you didn't pick this pile with your intuition, you picked it with a number, and we got 2 and 4 as your number. And numbers, whether that's singularly something that resonates with you or in combination. And then if that wasn't the case, you picked with your zodiac sign, and we have Aquarius, we have Taurus, Scorpio, and Virgo. Okay, so those are the zodiac signs. And these are the oracle decks I've chosen for today. Today is, we're starting off with the major arcana. Find out which one wants to be seen. Looks like this one does. Okay, and we've got a tarot to clarify that arcana card, major arcana card. And the Lenormand, of course. And pick that one there. And a rune. What rune wants to show itself, to talk to us today? That's the one. And we got the Starcoats Astro deck as well. And a couple of just oracle decks. This is the Dream Song Oracle, I think. Not positive. Whatever it is, it's beautiful. And then this one. And I don't know what this one is. I forgot. Then we have the tarot. Okay, everybody, let's get busy looking at what you got. Okay, start with the major arcana. You have the Hangman. Okay, so looking at things differently. Perfect, right? Observe. For those who watch, see all, especially when you're looking from a different perspective. You know, because when you're hanging upside down, you see your world differently. Have you ever tried hanging upside down? I know I have. Things look a whole lot differently hanging upside down. It might be the blood rushing to my brain. I don't know. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so, you know, if you are feeling like you've been sacrificing your life, you know, your life moving forward in happiness and feeling abundant and prosperous, it's because you have been you know, all wrapped up in worry and concern and stress. Whatever part of your life is causing you to feel stressful, of course it always comes down to your thoughts, your beliefs, attitudes, and opinions. So we'll find out more about that. Okay, we've got Virgo, which is digest. Now, Virgos are thinkers, okay? They are definitely thinkers. They're earth energy. Earth energy, and the toad is of the earth, right? Toad energy, digesting. So you'll be digesting whatever information that you're receiving or thinking about. You know, I got to process this, right? I got to process this. I just seen all this, or I just observed all this. I you know, I need to be able to digest what I've just received, what I've just seen. The rune is the Othala rune. The Othala rune, which is home. The earthly meaning is inheritance, property, family, and responsibilities. Spiritual meaning is universal truths. Okay, universal truths is truth for everyone. It's all the same. So a universal truth is that gravity. There's gravity. You know, that's a universal truth. Whether it's gravity at 0%, I don't know. I'm just making things up as I go along. No, a universal truth is that we are one. That's a universal truth, you know, even though we look like we're separate and we're like 10 billion or going to be 10 billion by 2050, as they say. Even though there's 7 billion plus of us, we're really one. And that's just the planet Earth. Let's talk about the fact that there's more than just planet Earth of beings. Okay, so we've got the card of wisdom. That's receiving information. That's receiving downloads of universal truths. The truth of the matter is that you are love and only love. There is nothing else that you are. You are love. You're not a body. You are actually pure consciousness, which is all abiding love. Like when you rest in that knowingness of how you are one, and you are this all-abiding pure consciousness, that you just rest in that, which is like I talked about in pile number 1, where it's neutral. There's no emotions. The emotion is you just feel wrapped up and safe, secure, loved. You just feel fine. You're fine. If there's nothing, I mean, fine is really good, okay? It's not just like, oh, fine, just fine, right? Fine is really, really good. You're feeling like, yeah, I can grab the tiger by the tail and nothing's going to happen to me. I'm good, everything's good. All that is good. Okay, so let's carry on. We've got welcome presence. There, I mean, this is, okay, the message you're meant to hear right now from your highest self, and then goals. You know, you can have a goal not to have goals, okay, because there's really no need to have goals, but, you know, living your life from day to day, it's kind of like if I don't do something or don't plan something, if I don't strive towards something, a goal could be, though, to become enlightened, to get your conscious mind very aware of what it is that it's in your subconscious mind that you have to release and heal so that you can feel fine, right? Feel fine and wise. Yeah, that could be a goal, right? It could be like that all a very, very lofty goal, let's just say, a lofty goal to actually want to know all there is to know, which is really, you're just remembering who you are, which is the all-encompassing one mind, or the pure consciousness, because consciousness is not mind, but pure consciousness is kind of like everything's in the mind, but then pure consciousness is the one that kind of made mind appear to be real in the first place. So, well, anyways, it's something that our little brains, our human brains, can't really wrap around it, the whole idea of what pure consciousness is, and that's why science hasn't even been able to, as far as we know, identify a part of our brain, our physical self, that actually is where is the seat of pure consciousness. Okay, they've done it for other things, but not for pure, like, consciousness. They have not. No one can really define or identify what consciousness is. Really, what consciousness is. I say pure consciousness because there's consciousness, obviously, right? But that's consciousness within this realm of the planetary physical body, right? There's consciousness, and then there's subconscious. There's consciousness and subconscious. There's even higher consciousness, but the ultimate is pure consciousness, where there is nothing in the form of a shape of any kind. That pure consciousness is just is, as they say. It's all that is. Okay, but it has nothing to do with physical matter. All right, so what do we got here? What is the highest self trying to tell you? Highest self trying to tell you to observe, to get yourself into a state of, you've clicked on pile number 2 as your, as the card that you have chosen to find out what your highest self is the message of your higher self, and it's telling you to become more in tune with it, the presence, which is the highest self. Card number 39. It breaks down to 12, right? Which is 3. And guess what this one is? Card number 39. Okay, so 3. And what else? Well, I thought I see, 3 here again. This is communication. This is wise communication from your ancestors and spirit. That's why the owls, the white owls, okay? The ancestors and spirits are wanting to speak to you, their message, right? The message that you're meant to hear right now is that all you need to do is get your mind sitting in the presence of home, which is our truth, pure consciousness, right? Other people call it heaven, but it's not really heaven, because heaven is, again, it's a concept, right? Pure consciousness is just, it's not a concept, it just is. Heaven is like this construct that the human mind has come up with. There's heaven, there's hell, or whatever, and that's where we go either place. when we die. But then, of course, we don't really die, right? The part of us that leaves the body to death, right? Where does it go? It's not going to go to heaven or hell. It's getting reabsorbed back into the truth of the oneness, whatever, that's my belief. That's how I understand things, but I'm not, saying that you should. So in any case, what it is that your highest self is trying to get you out of the stressors of worry, concern, fear, doubt, anger, whatever it is that's stressing you out, people, situations, places, events, either past events, people, places, whatever, or current ones, or ones that you're thinking about coming up. Let's just say your daughter or your son is getting married to somebody that's not of your liking. Okay? Let's just say they're not the right culture, they're not the right whatever, they're not right. I'm not saying it's you, this is just an example, okay? And so you're all wrapped up in stress about this wedding, and then of course the marriage of your daughter or son marrying this person that you and your husband, or your husband or you and your wife don't approve of, really don't approve of, and you're worried for your daughter or your husband that they're gonna, it's gonna all end very, very bitterly and badly because they're just not right for my child, right? Well, your highest self wants you to realize that all you need to do is to reach into your tickle trunk of what is it that's going to what do I need to do that's going to make me happy, to help me to feel more at peace and okay with this, because this is obviously this, for this example, your daughter or your son made a decision to be with this person. What can you do about it, right? Really, without losing that, without losing that all-important relationship that you already have with your daughter or son. So it's like, kind of like grin and bear it, find a way to just sit and observe and be okay. Find that peace and equilibrium within you that is going to help you understand that you have had these thoughts and these beliefs about certain people that would be right or not right for, and again, remember, I'm not talking about you per se, I'm just giving you an example, right about who's right for your daughter or your son, okay? Certain beliefs about that is just been keeping you all balled up, you may not even realize it, because it's just something that you have been living with. It's your life to have these thoughts, these ideas, these concepts, these limiting beliefs and opinions and attitudes about who is and who isn't right for your daughter or son. And how it's all for naught, really, because your daughter or son's going to marry them anyways, and it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't go well, then it doesn't go well. You just need to be there for their support. To support them, right? Well, during that time, if it doesn't go well. Of course, if it's going well, you're going to maybe even have grandbabies, and you're going to be flourishing, and life will be expanding because of these kids and because of that. Because, these two got married and decided to expand their lives with having children, if that's what they're going to do. Or maybe it'll just be dogs that they have that will become your grandbabies, because they decide not to have kids. And you have to get on board with that as well. So it's just kind of like you have to step into the presence of who we really are, not just who you really are, but who we really are, and in the sense that there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be coming to you, and this is really what your higher self I just heard it say, that your higher self is saying, get ready, because you're going to be pelted with a bunch of information, and that information is universal truths that's going to help you see things in a different light, to see maybe the fallacies of your ways from before, that when you've had certain opinions about people, places, and things, you're going to be able to actually see what those opinions have been doing in your life, how they have maybe been holding you back from taking a risk in some certain area of your life, or having these really truly trusting and meaningful relationships with your loved ones and some friends, and or being able to trust your employer that they're going to come pull through with what they promised you, with a bonus every year, the salary raise pay every year or every 6 months, that sort of thing. But in any case, what it boils down to is that you need to realize this, your highest self is telling you. Like that pile number 1 was about being prepared for that, to receive higher wisdom, to be able to take the conscious mind into the subconscious mind and see what's really in there, and it needs to be healed, it needs to be released. This pile here is what I'm getting, is that you're not necessarily prepared like you are, but you don't realize you're prepared. And your highest self says, because you are ready, look out, because here comes downloads. Here comes downloads. So the best way to receive downloads is through, time spent yoga, meditation, quiet times on your own, just kind of doing some inner reflection, and sleep, nighttime, dreams, that kind of thing. So you're going to have new goals, new horizons to actually consider and look at, right? You're going to have new goals. This one says you have a clear vision of your goals and are steadily moving forward with motivation and confidence. So yeah, you're going to be moving forward in a different way, walking a different path, because of this enlightenment that's coming to you, these downloads, these universal truths. Okay, this is your inheritance after all. It comes from our home, which is our divine, the divinity of pure consciousness. The inheritance that you're going to be receiving is the universal truth. That the Othello rune is bringing that into your awareness. Okay, it's telling you right now that you are going to have a whole lot to process, to digest. So be ready. The highest self is telling you you're ready for it. You're prepared for it. You just may not be conscious that you're actually prepared for it. So if you feel like something big's going to happen to you, something changes in the air, that's why you're feeling like that, like the other shoe is going to drop, kind of thing. Let's find out from Tarot. That one just about flipped out. More about your story here. So welcoming presence and observing is the goal, is the number 1 practice of you taking responsibility for, taking on the responsibility and moving towards your newfound vision, which is goals, different goals, like that example of how your daughter or son's getting married and you still don't like the person they're marrying, whatever. You're going to start seeing it from a different perspective. You're going to start seeing that this person is in your life. Let's just say this is a person you don't like. Let's just say that. And this is your daughter or son, or this is you. This person, you're going to have a different view of them, because you're going to see how this person being in your life is forcing you, because what can you do about it? You're unless you want to ruin your relationship with your child, what can you do about it other than to accept, right? To go with the flow, just do it anyways. Accept them as much as you possibly can and move forward, because they're going to bring great things into your life if things move forward, in a good way. If they don't, then you're there to support your child, and your child will be, just truly broken, of course, but truly just happy to know that, grateful that you're there to support them, right? So that will even deepen your bond with them, either one way or the other. That with your child having to be marrying somebody that you're not really in agreement with, it's going to bring fruit into your life in one form or another. Could be the kids, it could be the dogs, it could be they move, maybe they're living far away and their husband or wife, your daughter's son's husband or wife, they get a job that's very, very like in the same area you're living in, so you get to spend more time with your daughter or your son. If they don't have kids, if they have the kids, even that much better, right? If things don't go well and they end up breaking up and divorcing, whatever, and you're there for your child to support them, so that's deepening that meaning, that relationship even more, because you can be there to help her or him pick up the lost pieces, kind of thing. So either way, it looks good, and that's where you get into the hangman position, is that you start seeing these things. And so the divine is saying, look out, because here it comes. All right, so what we got? We've got Ten of Cups, satiety. Yes, well, you're satisfied. In other words, you're satisfied, more than satisfied. You're full, full of abundance, feeling good. Ten of Cups, okay? And then we have the Nine of Cups. Well, this is bliss. I mean, what, sheesh. Satiety and bliss. Oh my goodness. You got the 9 and 10 of Cups. You start seeing things for the nuggets of wisdom, the fruit, the wisdom, the fruit that comes from it. Because you stepped into your presence, you stepped into your observing. Like, I'm going to observe what is going to come of this, whatever it is that you're facing, that the divine wants you to become aware of, your highest self. Yeah, because look, you do that, and look what kind of energy you get out of it. The 9 of Pentacles, which is gain. Oh my God, guys, I love this for you guys. Whew. Satiety, bliss, and gain. Oh my goodness. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Discs. Whew. The Sun. Oh, come on, guys. I hope you're ready. I hope they say you're ready. So you're ready. So just get ready. I mean, it's coming. Oh my goodness. The 4 of Swords, it's a truce, right? You're calling a truce here. You're saying, oh, I'm going to try and be accepting of this situation, whatever it is. It could be that scenario of your daughter or son marrying somebody you don't really care for. But this is looking inward, right? This is taking a respite time so that you can see, welcome your presence in, so that you can observe and see all it is that you're going to be receiving, the universal truths that you need to digest, to process, because it's a whole lot of communication of wisdom from the ones that have gone on before you and your spirit, because you got a new goal, which is clear vision. You got a new goal, clear vision, to see things for what they really are. And this is a truce here. It's a truce. You calling a truth with spirit, calling a truth with spirit, which is going to help you. Call it truth with whatever it is that you have been looking at it in a way that's brought you a lot of fear and maybe anger, doubt, whatever it is that's made you feel, not quite right. Like you would rather it feel differently than it does. So whatever your situation is. And then we have the Tower. Yeah, because the Tower is, and the Tower can be, well, let's find out what the next card is, but the Tower could be the very shake up that you need, the dissolving of an old paradigm of thinking that's left you in stress, right? All wrapped up and balled up in this really, really tight energy, right? or it's going to free you from that. Well, it's going to free you from that, because the divine gets in. This is card number 16. The card before that is 15, which is the devil. Okay, so you're going to be, that the toxic energy that you've been in, it's going to be unraveled. It's going to be, there's going to be a whole lot of space in between each toxic thought or belief or attitude, okay, about whatever you're facing or about to face. Okay, let's see what the next card is. The Hangman. You definitely are being called, because see the yellow around here, that's the divine enlightening you, because you've taken on the posture of allowing yourself to see it differently, to see whatever it is differently. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, a shake-up. It's a shake-up that you've had to, to literally go into a respite mode, into like, I got to put my swords down. I got to put my swords, which is thoughts. I've got to put my thoughts, my conditioning, my beliefs and attitudes. I have to put them down about this. I do, because the divine is coming in. They're blowing it up. It's blowing it up whether I like it or not. It's going to be blown up. My whole attitude about something, my whole belief system about something, my whole mindset about something, because I'm going to be forced into seeing something differently, because apparently I'm ready for it. Yeah, apparently you're ready for it. Wheel of Fortune is like you're moving in on the wheel to fate and destiny, right? You are going to be having a new vision from all of this upheavalness, which is going to bring you so much abundance and prosperity, like I talked about with that scenario of your daughter or son getting married, and how that person that you don't really care for is in their life, and that if you just accept it and let things be good, like let bygones be bygones, let things be as they are, because what can you do about it anyways, right? Without damaging a very important relationship. You let that happen, and you'll be moving towards your bliss, your satiation, your satisfaction, like more than satisfied. Gain, you'll be gaining, you'll be gaining from this. The sun is like, it's like ultimate happiness and healing. The sun is ultimate happiness and healing. What better way? There's the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, living the life like in the realm of your dreams, basically living in the realm of all things just going in a beautiful, beautiful direction. Abundance, prosperity, commitment, and consistency, and just I'm becoming more and more abundant every day, because I allowed my daughter and son to, I allowed myself to let them be happy together. That kind of thing. Then you got the Moon here. All fears and doubts will be, the light will be shed upon them. With the Two of Cups, which is love, right? And we have the Seven of Swords, futility. You're realizing it's futile. It's futile to be in an energy that is like, with the scorpion tail, it's going to sting if you stay in that current belief mindset of whatever it is you're facing or about to face. If you remain in that mindset, that attitude about whatever it is, you're going to realize that it's going to steal from you. Okay, it's going to steal from you the very things that you really did want with this situation, that you're going to have a look at it differently. It's just like two are coming, you and this other thing are going to come together harmoniously, like in love, kind of like a partnership of, like if it's that scenario about your daughter or son marrying somebody you didn't want, you and the idea of them being together and living their life without you interfering with your attitude and opinions. Remember, I said this, not you I'm talking just the scenario, right? That you are going to be in a partnership with love, in the sense that things are going to go quickly from sting to bliss, gain, happiness. They're going to move into that energy because you're allowing it to. The last card, we got the High Priestess. So your highest self is saying, yeah, whatever it has been, hidden from you, okay? Whatever has been hidden from you where you weren't able to see things as they need to be seen for you, okay? Where you weren't able to do that. It's going to be revealed, and you're going to be enlightened, and you're going to be healed as a result in the Wheel of Fortune energy, the High Priestess. You know, you're going to not only actually be triggering your intuition into, you know, that all-knowing, into more of a full-on, you know, full-on energy that you're going to be able to tap into. You're more than that. You're going to be like the downloads I talk about, these universal truths that they're going to be pouring into your life, and that's what I feel a little concerned for you if I was to tell the truth, because it ain't easy. Okay, it ain't easy to be so enlightened. Like, for example, if we were suddenly fully enlightened, it would blow our human mind. It would blow us apart. We'd become the Big Bang. We would become the Big Bang, quite literally, because we couldn't exist. We could not handle, we could not digest all the truth all at once, okay? But as they say, God only gives you what you can handle, right? So you will be given as much wisdom and information as you can handle, and it might be a lot more than you think you would be able to handle, because, you know, God knows our hearts better than we do. So if God says you can handle more, it's like your boss, you can handle more responsibility, so you're going to start doing this, that, and the other thing now every day, and probably not get paid anymore for it. But yeah, the divine says you're going to receive exactly what it is that you're prepared to receive. So please be ready. Just be ready to know it's happening. It's either happening right now as we speak, or it's coming. All right? So guys, I wish the best for you, and please let me know if this resonates with you. If you are feeling like there's something big coming, or that there's change in the air for you, you just haven't been able to put your finger on it. It's like this intuition, right? You've been intuiting it. Just let me know if you do start feeling as though you've stepped into the realm of, oh my God, I'm so like, you know, there's that space I talk about in pile number 1. You might want to watch that. Pile number 1 is that space of just like neutrality, where you might actually feel like you don't care about anything. And it might come across as feeling like depression, but it's not. It's not depression, because you're not sad, you're not angry. You're just like, you're not anything. You're not anything. Okay? Catch up on pile number 1 if you're interested to know, if you don't already. All right, so take care of yourself. Till next time, please if you like the reading, and subscribe if you haven't already, which I don't think really anyone has except for me. You know, one of my other profiles, because I keep an eye on my stuff. But please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Until then, take care. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the St. John's Wort and Marigold card, number 36, which is a 9, which is like an ending, going toward an ending. Against your will there will not be. No entrance, no welcoming, be gone. So what that's saying to me is that against your will, you're basically saying it won't happen. Nothing's going to happen that's going to be against your will. There'll be no entrance to going against your will. There'll be no welcoming to going against your will. So be gone. Be gone. Yeah. That's okay. So the question here that we're looking at with this reading is, what message are you meant to hear right now from your highest self? So it has something to do with your will or the highway kind of thing. Yeah, we'll look at it. So it's not going to be against your will. It's going to be something that you're going to be on board with. That's what I'm getting. I heard. So number 1 and 3, which adds to 4, could be a number that resonate with you. That's how you might have picked your pile. And if not, it was the zodiac sign. It could be Cancer, Leo, Capricorn, and Aries. Okay, so that's how you picked your pile. Let's dig into the cards, oracle cards, starting with the major arcana. Which one wants to be seen? And the tarot that is going to help clarify for us the meaning of the major arcana. This one here. And we have the Lenormand. The Ruin. The Starcoats Astro. Oh, I see one already. And a couple of oracles. I don't recall the name of this one. Come here, you were sticking out. And this one, I believe, is the Dream Song Oracle. Okay, those are the oracles, and then we have the tarot. So what do we have for the major arcana? To look at this question, the Fool. What message are you meant to hear right now from your highest self? Looks like you're on a new start, a new beginning, a new path that is not going against your will. It's actually, you are ready. You are the Fool right here, ready to take that leap of faith, right? King of Wands, yeah. Who better than to take action, to move forward in just the knowing that it's meant to be. It's meant to be, okay? Because you're just doing it, you know. All you have to do is tell the King of Wands to go, and they go, or hand them a wand and go to battle. They go. You know, they're not going to argue. Oh, we got the Messenger card, which is message card, which is the birds. So number 3, it's communication. Number 3, I say 12, which adds to a 3, and then we have the 7 of Diamonds. 7 of Diamonds, diamonds is Pentacles, I do believe. Yes, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles energy. 7 of Pentacles energy, looking at the past, right? Seeing all that you have harvested, all that you have sown and reaped and have available to you. Wisdom, very well be wisdom. It could be knowledge, information that is going to be bestowed upon you. And you're going to see that as something worthy, you know, of what you have work towards. Like whatever you have been focused on and putting your time and energy and your know-how into, that's caused you to have this harvest, right? The 7 of Pentacles. You've been working hard, and so the 7 of Pentacles is going to be, you're going to be enlightened about something that has to do with what it is that you have been working towards, and now quite capable of harvesting, quite capable of taking it and put it into action. You're able to, you've got the resources This is what I'm getting. You got the resources from your own hard, your own efforts. You got the resources available to you to take what you know that is going to be brought into focus for you and put it into action. Yeah, there's going to be some kind of message that's coming to you. Now this would be like three-dimensional message, something from the material world that's going to come to you, that's going to let you know that you have the ability to go and do what you want to do. That is like you're doing it, and no one's going to oppose you, and if they do oppose you, you're just going to say, be gone, kind of thing. You're going to be able to take that leap of faith, do it, the King of Wands energy, do it, because you know the time has come. The message that's coming in is going to fuel you to know that what your desire is, your will, right? What your desire is right. It's ripe and it's ready. It's ready to do, ready to take action, ready to harvest, right? And then we have retrograde review. So this was something that, number 6, you have been 15. You have been, it's 15. 6, you have been taking whatever time you needed to carefully consider whether or not this is something you should do. Should I or shouldn't I? Well, let's say you want to go on a vacation. You want to go someplace that's going to cost a lot of money. Maybe you're planning a round the world vacation. It's just something that you've dreamt of doing your entire lifetime. Well, since you're old enough to realize there's such thing. So you have been thinking about a lot of it, and sort of preparing yourself for it from one moment to the next, or one day to the next, or 1 year to the next. Like maybe you're putting money aside, that kind of thing, or doing research on where the best places would go around the world. Where is the best places that people would go to have a trip around the world? So you have been doing a lot of inner review, an inner review of, is this truly what I want to do? Because I'm going to have to put a lot of my resources, your 7 of Pentacles, I'm going to have to put a lot of the resources that I have into this. And when I'm done, I won't have those resources. I'll have to, come back and start building up my bank account, for example, again. Do I really want to spend as much money as I've got right now to do this, to go on this trip? Is it really that important to me? Is it really my will? Is it really what I want? You've been really considering what it is that you've been wanting to experience, wanting to see, wanting to happen, wanting to do. Is it worth your time and your resources? Maybe you want to go back to school, or thinking about going back to school because you want to have a better job, a career actually. You want to have a career, but it's going to take time and it's going to take money that you have to go to school, pay your tuition and books, and to be off of work, right? You may not be able to work. There could be a lot of things that you have to consider, but you realize that you would love to get the education, to come out of school with a master's degree, or a bachelor or master's degree, maybe even a doctorate's degree. Maybe you'd love to have that kind of prestige, that kind of credentialing behind you, and knowing that what it can get you in your life, the area of work and career, and then of course finances, right? the money you'd have, and the places you'd want to, you know, that you could visit, go to, the things you can buy, that sort of stuff. But is it worth me leaving my current job now and putting myself kind of in debt, especially if you're going to go into student loans, that kind of thing? Go into debt in order to get out of debt afterwards? Is it really my will? Is it really something that I want to do in order for me to say, yes, I should do this? The Rido rune, which is a wagon, it's about travel, communication, decisive action, reunion, and progress. For the spiritual meaning, it means inner path and destiny. So it's your destiny. It is your will, after all. It's your will. It means that it's a desire of your heart, that up until this point in time, your higher self is telling you, up until this point in time, you've basically been putting mind over heart. Saying, no, I have to wait a little bit longer. No, I just have to wait a little longer. And a few months or a couple of years go down. And the idea comes up, the desire comes in again, because maybe you're at work every day and it just seems like a deadbeat, you know, like you're just doing the same thing and it's a routine, and you just you do it all over again the next day, the very same thing, and you're just kind of getting into a rut, feeling like there's got to be more to life, and there would be if I go back to school and I got my master's degree in something, you know, whatever it is. But you say, well, no, I'm not quite ready for that yet, or I have to have the money to be able to, you know, I need to put money away so I don't have to always have student loans. You know, maybe you're a mature student, you've got kids, and your kids, maybe they're old enough that one of them's getting married, and so you know, it's your daughter, so you have to put money, you know, you have to give money to help your daughter have their wedding, right? Have their wedding, because usually it's the bride's family that pays for that. So my daughter's got to get married first, and then I'll do that. If there's, you know, if I have the time, the energy, resources, and I still feel like I want to do it, that I should do it, that kind of thing. Okay? Just some examples. But it is your inner path to do it, and that's what your highest self wants you to know right now, that maybe you've been putting it off, and it's time. Your higher self says, no more putting it off, no more anyone else coming between you, or you giving an excuse as to why. Like your daughter wants to get married, you say, okay, well, you get married, I can give you this X amount of dollars towards it. You want to get married now, or you can wait until after I'm done school and I'm back working again, and I will be happy to pay for your wedding. Of course, they're not going to wait that long, right? So, well, they might not, but you know, the highest self is trying to tell you that your fruitfulness and your abundance is waiting for you. It's just a matter of you getting yourself prepared and to receive it. And to be prepared and receive it is by following your path, which is an inner path of desire, right? Your will, it's your destiny. It's time for you to no longer hold back and be just thinking about it and researching what the best PhD or master program would be to go into, that kind of thing. You're going to be receiving information one way or another from somebody, even maybe a school. If this is like a school scenario, the school somehow is just putting out this this marketing material, and it ends up in your mailbox because it's going out to everybody in the community, because you might be in a university town, a town that has, you know, a lot of people living there because of the university. But yeah, you get this information, it's kind of like a sign to you then that, yeah, that I'm even getting this stuff in the mail I never otherwise get. Okay, so something's coming that's going to tell you that you have been working hard towards this with the Seven of Pentacles, and it's time for you to pick the fruit, to do it, In other words, to harvest it and put it to use. King of Wands. Wow, I haven't even pulled these ones out yet. Innovation. Your creativity and innovation are shining in your work. You are thinking outside the box and bringing fresh perspectives and solutions. Yes, this was your thinking. You were retrograding here. You're going into review with, well, should I, could I, would I, that kind of thing. And you've come up to, yeah, I still believe I want to. I still believe I feel like it. And so now it's like your higher self is saying you're ready to put the work in, to put the effort in, to make the move, to take the leap of faith, to take the jump, right? To do it as the King of Wands would do it without even, the King of Wands is like, yeah, just get out of my way. I'm going, I'm doing this, right? Nobody's going to hold me back. Because there's number 5 with share your bounty. They had the bounty. That's your, share what you know. Share how you have been working up to this so that you have the fruit, you have the resourcefulness, you have the ability, you have the desire to do something that truly makes your heart sing. When you think about it, you get kind of excited about it, because it's like a whole new beginning, a new path for you, a new journey. What's for people who are like you watching tarot card readings, you are ready for change. You are like excited about something new happening, a big change in your life. You know that if it happens, it's going to be right for you. It's going to be right for you. You're faithful in the signs and synchronicities of life. And so this reading itself is just that like green light for you, that the message you're meant to hear right now from your highest self, it says, yes, it's a green light. It's a go. There's no longer room for putting it off. There's no more. Doesn't make any sense. There's no longer any room for that kind of thinking mentality. It's time for you to step into King Wands energy and just say, I'm mastering the ability to go forward boldly and just get it done. As they say, get her done in this area. Get her done. Just get her done. Do it. If it's going back to school, get an application. Start filling it out. Minor steps, just little tiny baby steps first. Maybe you have to make a call to somebody, or send an email, or something. Once you get some information, that's your cue that it's time. So information can come by mail, but there's usually technology. So if it's not mail, it's going to be by email, text message, phone call, or voicemail, that kind of thing. So let's see what the tarot has to say, and we pretty much have clarified what this is about. But yeah, you're ready to put your will into action. It's time, is what your higher self wants to tell you. You've been obviously thinking about this and realizing that it's come to that now for you. It's come to that. In whatever circumstances you're facing, like to say it's a work scenario, and that with the going back to school, your job has just become so redundant and so like routine, and it's getting the best to you, to the point where you just don't even want to get out of bed in the morning to go to it. Just like going humdrum, like you're just feeling like you're being pushed, like forced to make a change because of your current situation, what you're going through right now at work. That you've been doing this job for so long, and you just need a change. You need to do something different, and there's no chance for you to get a promotion or a pay raise at your job. If you're working at, let's say you're a supervisor on the floor at Target, maybe that's the highest you can go at Target, let's just say. So with that company, so where would you go after? Well, if you got an education, let's say in marketing, or you got an education in business, something like that, you could actually go to the corporate office at Target or anywhere else and say, here's my degree. I've been trained and educated in the skill of marketing or graphic design or whatever it is. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Now let's go. We've got the King of Swords. That's a very decisive person. That energy, King of Swords, is seeking the truth. Your truth is your desire, it's your will. What is your inner path, your destiny? This is the energy of seeking the truth. The truth is that you want more out of life. You want more out of your own life. And then you got the Moon, because things have been, you know, your life, the more part that of you moving forward has been largely hidden from you because of the pauses you've been putting on your desire to move towards this thing. You know, putting it off. Okay, it's been hidden from you as to how and when, because you keep making an excuse not to. Why not to? Okay, and then the Queen of Swords. Wow, you've got some clarity now. You got the King of Swords with the Queen of Swords with the Moon in between. Whatever you weren't certain about before, you are now seeing it with complete and utter clarity. That it's time. It's time. I'm leaving this job. It's time. I might just do this job part-time if it's possible to do part-time so that I can go back to school. I know that's what my daughter did. She worked at Target. And I mean, she was on the floor, like whatever they call them. I don't know what they call them, you know, not customer service, but on the floor. She wasn't a supervisor, but she was given the opportunity to move into that position. But she didn't want to, because she didn't want to stay at Target. She wanted to be able, because she knew, like, once she got there, where else would she go after that? When she had this opportunity to go back to school, when she was feeling like she was ready to do it, she wasn't going to put it off anymore. She'd been putting it off because she was, I don't know how old. I mean, the more I talk about this, the more I think about this, and I hadn't really thought about it, but she was like, I don't know, 24 or something like that, and she could have went to school as soon as she got out of high school, but she didn't. She didn't go to college after that. She waited. She worked instead. So she's like 23 or 24. When she's working at Target, she's going, yes, I could become a supervisor, but then after that, what then? But if I'm going to go to school, I better do it now, because if I wait too long, I'm not going to be like Mom. I'm not going to wait till I'm 38 to go back to school, you know. That's what Mom did. So she says, if I'm going to go to school, I got to do it now. That kind of thing, right? So she'd put it off for this reason, that reason. One of the reasons is she didn't feel very confident that she'd be any good at school. Another reason was she didn't want to do the hard work. You know, really didn't want to do the hard work. It's hard work going to school. She worried she'd have to write a lot of papers. She didn't want to do that. Well, there's a lot of degrees where you don't have to write a paper, which she took, of course, because she didn't want to have to be in a master's degree or a bachelor's degree where she had to write a lot of papers, which I did because I was in psychology and it's humanities, so I had to write a lot of papers. So I know what she's talking about. But anyways, this is like the scenario where she was given the opportunity to step into a supervisory role, but she's like, yeah, I could do that, but how long am I going to be happy with that? And then what? Where do I go after that? So she went back, got a degree in, what is it? She got a bachelor degree in art. Studio art, that's it, studio art, where she learned how to do graphic design, and then what she ended up being able to actually apply that to a job that she was working at that where she was working in this company that analyzed dirt, soil for farmers, right, in the area, and they had to do marketing, and you know, she showed an artistic somehow they got to know that about her, because she got to know them as friends, and the boss, the owner, he was a very friendly person and he was very much involved with his employees, and so he got to know her, and he says, what would you think about designing some marketing material for our company. She said, yeah. So she started doing that. She realized it's marketing she wants to be in. So currently she's working for an Italian porcelain tile company, and she's their marketing person. She designs graphic material, graphic art material, graphic design material, graphic marketing material. Thank you very much. So yeah, clarity. No more like, you know it. What's been hidden from you is no longer hidden from you. You're saying it's time now. At least the divine is telling you it is. It's time to end. Put an end to the humming and hollering, or the excuses, or the putting it off kind of thing, and transforming your life, because you're saying, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. It's time. The Hierophant, yeah. This is traditional guy. They got the key there. That's the key to open any door for you. Okay, but otherwise you've been napping. All right, but the key is to stand up and get focused. Get focused on what it is that you want to see change. Number 5 is the number of change. So you want to see change in your life. You've got the key. The key is you saying, yes, I'm capable. Yes, I'm not going to be afraid to do this. Yes, I'm going to be very courageous. I'm an innovator. I'm one who is going to be the one who's going to make things change, because I'm starting to think outside the box. I'm a outside the box thinker. There's things that I want to do in my life. There's things I want to achieve in my life, and I'm going to be bringing a fresh perspective to my life and to whoever is part of my life at that time, because I am going to move forward into this brave new place, you know, of you doing what it is that you've been putting off, and whatever that is for you. 2 of Swords. No more sitting on the fence. No more sitting on the fence. You taking charge, getting focused, going the traditional route, the conventional route. You are taking whatever it is that you need to do and putting tires to pavement and going vroom vroom. You're doing it. You're doing it. 9 of Wands. Yep, the wounded warrior who was wounded only because you sat in this uncertainty of not knowing how, when, what, where, and why. When the why is that you got the will, that's the why. That's your heart's desire. That's the why right there. And so it was just a matter of what and when. What are you going to do when it's time for you to no longer be putting it off? And we got the 9 of Pentacles, because you're going to be, 9 of Pentacles is sitting pretty. 9 of Pentacles is being independent. You're independently taking a leap of faith, moving away from what other people would expect of you, expect from you, expect you. You're going to be doing it your way. Again, remember, it's your way or the highway. No one is going to be able to approach you or be welcomed towards you if they're going to be against you. You'll tell them, be gone, be gone. Yeah, very independent. And quite because of this, your will to move, to take that last stand and say, I'm going to do this. I don't care if it kills me. I'm going to do it. I'm not sitting on the fence anymore. I've got the key, and the key is me. I am going to be very abundant and prosperous. 9 of Pentacles is 1 pentacle short of 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate of prosperity and abundance. 6 of Swords, that's you finding a solution. This one here talks about a solution, because your innovation, your creativity and innovation are shining in your work. You are thinking outside the box and bringing fresh perspectives and solutions. Interesting, that's in conjunction with the 6 of Swords, which is the solution card. You're moving from boredom and redundancy and not living the fullest that you could live, that you could live, to, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going to be moving into calmer waters, because that's what the 6 of Swords energy is about. You're finding a solution for you to move into the ocean, or the water that is calmer, the river. That's not necessarily calmer, don't take that. But yeah, you're going into a cove on the ocean. Yeah, so yeah, you're finding your way. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. You're working You're working towards it. You're going to be working hard, and you're mastering your skill to follow your will. You're mastering your skill to follow your will. And taking that leap of faith and just dang on doing it. Just dang on doing it, okay? And you got the Five of Pentacles, which is, it's about feeling like you've been like kind of left out of the game of life. It's not all that you thought it was going to be. And the Page of Cups is like, the Page of Cups is saying, hey, you know what? I got to forgive myself. I got to forgive myself for allowing myself to stay out of touch with what is very important to me. Otherwise, what is very important to me? I need to apologize to myself. I need to make an offer of love, of self-love, of loving myself enough to no longer be looking from the outside in. You've seen others enjoying life, having the career they want, having the relationship they want, having the money they want to do this, that, and the other thing, having the house that you'd like to have, that car you'd like to have. You've been looking from the outside in, and it's because you've been holding yourself back. You have been putting it off, and you know exactly, you've got the formula. You have got the map to your success. It's just a matter of you saying that it's time. I'm doing it now. Last card, the Hermit. The Hermit is all about, you know, seeking advice, going within, and seeing how. What is it that I am, that I know? What is it that I know I can do, that I got from looking at the past, looking inward and finding out, is it really what I want to do? I have been going backwards so much, standing in the past kind of thing, standing in the past of, I don't know what to do, you know, I feel uncertain, unsafe if I move forward on this desire I have. I feel unsafe and insecure about that. The Page of Cups says, you know, I need to forgive myself for holding myself back. I have got everything I need. I've got the solution in my hand, or, you know, mind, whatever. I know what to do. I know what to do, and I even know how to do it. I just got to do it, basically. I just got to do it. I got to, for education, I just have to make out that I have to get an application, get online, get an application. I have to love myself enough to want to stop looking from the outside in, but be the one that's in, that other people are looking at from the outside. To be the one who knows how to go within and realize the inner path, and the destiny is where you are, where your heart is. See there, that star is right where the little sloth's heart, about where the sloth's heart is. It's the light, it's the desire, it's being in touch with your desire, with your heart, and knowing that your heart will not lead you astray. Your heart and your mind are talking to each other and working with each other in collaboration, and you, that part of you that needs to know that everything is okay, is going to come to you in some way. Okay, it's going to come to you. You're going to be enlightened as to the time when it's ready for you to harvest all that you've worked hard for already. You just need to stop holding yourself back and saying, I'm doing this now. Okay? And so what will happen? What will be the outcome? We know it already. I mean, you got the Nine of Pentacles. Let's see what the divine has to say. Archangel Michael, what will be the outcome for our person who, okay, hang on a second. We've got the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Well, what is the outcome? The end. The end of sabotage. The end of self-sabotaging. The end of pain. The end of not doing it. Basically what it comes down to. The Queen of Wands, you got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. She's a go-getter. She's a go-getter, and there's no stopping her. Just like the King of Wands. There's no stopping these two energies. going forward, putting an end to otherwise basically stabbing yourself in the back, which is like this Five of Pentacles energy. Letting yourself down. Letting yourself down because you hadn't been making a decision, because you were unclear. Well, this clarity is coming to you. This clarity is coming to you, okay? As I've said, it's coming to you. The inner path, your destiny is going to be revealed to you, because you're going to realize it's time. It's time. There's no time like the present. Now, the time is for you to stop looking from the outside in. Go in, look from that side. Go in to look out to the outside to see what it is that you can do, practically do, to get yourself on the path towards your Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, of course, right? You're finding that solution to move forward and transforming your life. You've got the clarity you need now, okay? You're going to be receiving more clarity. If not, you've got the clarity from this reading, you're going to be receiving more clarity. That's what this here is about, okay? You have the solution. You already know. You just need to kind of have a little nudge from possibly the divine that's going to show up in some worldly message way, okay? I hope that was helpful. Take care. Bye.